In a serene village in the heart of southern Nigeria, surrounded by lush cocoa farms and ancient trees whispering tales of old, lived Chinedu, a farmer whose spirit was as rich as the soil he tended. His heart, however, harbored a deep love for Adaobi, a maiden whose beauty shone like the sun above the verdant hills. Chinedu and Adaobi's bond was one woven through many sunrises and sunsets in their little village. Despite the simplicity of their lives, Chinedu's love for Adaobi was as vast as the Nigerian skies. He worked tirelessly on his farm from dawn till dusk, believing firmly that his hard work would eventually bear fruit, not just for him, but for Adaobi as well. Adaobi, though enchanted by the allure of city life, found comfort in Chinedu's presence. They had been dating for some years, and in that time, Chinedu had always strived to provide for her within his means. He always found ways to show his love. Chinedu, do you ever think our lives will change? Will we always be here in this village? Adaobi asked one evening as they sat under the iroko tree, the symbol of their love. Adaobi, I believe in a future brighter than the noonday sun, Chinedu said, his eyes reflecting the determination that fueled him. I am saving bit by bit. My dream is to start a small cocoa processing company right here in our village. It's tough, but I believe that with time, we will see the fruits of our labor. Adaobi listened, torn between her love for Chinedu and her dreams of city life. She saw the unwavering resolve in Chinedu's eyes, a resolve that stemmed from his love for her and his commitment to their future. Chinedu, you are a man of the soil, steadfast and true, Adaobi said, her voice tinged with a mixture of admiration and uncertainty. But the city calls to me with a promise of a different life, a life of ease and excitement. Adaobi, I may not have much, but what I have, I offer to you wholeheartedly. Our journey may be slow, but it will be filled with love and purpose, Chinedu replied, taking her hands in his. I ask for your patience, for I believe that our love can overcome any challenge. In those moments, under the iroko tree, their love was a quiet flame, flickering with the possibilities of tomorrow. Chinedu's vision for a better future was as much for Adaobi as it was for himself. He believed that the land that had nurtured them could also bring them prosperity and fulfillment. In the modest yet cozy home of Mr. and Mrs. Okoye, Adaobi's dreams often clashed with her family's traditional values. Her parents, seasoned by years of village life, valued contentment and simplicity. Uche, her spirited younger sister, though understanding of Adaobi's aspirations, shared their parents' grounded perspective. During their nightly gatherings, the family would delve into heartfelt discussions. One such evening, as they sat in the living room, Mr. Okoye expressed his concerns. Adaobi, the pursuit of material wealth can be a treacherous path. True richness lies in contentment and love. Adaobi, her mind adrift in thoughts of luxury and grandeur, responded with a hint of impatience. Papa, I desire a life filled with finer things, beautiful clothes, exquisite jewelry, and adventures in far-off places. Is that so wrong? Mrs. Okoye, with a look of understanding yet firmness, added, My child, the glimmer of material things often fades. It's the joy in our hearts that endures. Uche, trying to mediate, gently said, Sister, happiness isn't about having everything, but finding joy in the simple things. But Adaobi's heart craved excitement and opulence, a life starkly different from the humble village existence. It was amidst this internal family struggle that Emeka, a businessman from the city, arrived in the village. His presence was like a magnet, drawing attention with his lavish car and designer attire. Adaobi first encountered him near the village square, his aura of affluence captivating her instantly. As Adaobi strolled near the village square, Emeka's sleek car pulled up beside her. The villagers couldn't help but turn their heads to see this stranger who had descended upon their quiet village. Emeka introduced himself with a confident smile. Hello, I'm Emeka. I couldn't help but notice you here. You have a remarkable presence. Adaobi, intrigued by the stranger's charisma and curious about his intentions, responded with a hint of skepticism. I'm Adaobi. What brings you to our village? Emeka, maintaining his confident demeanor, replied, Adaobi, I believe in living life to the fullest. I've heard about the beauty of your village and the warmth of its people. I couldn't resist coming here to experience it for myself. Adaobi, still cautious but intrigued, asked, And what do you hope to find here, Emeka? Emeka, never one to shy away from a challenge, leaned in slightly and spoke in a low, persuasive tone. Adaobi, what I hope to find is something extraordinary, a connection, an adventure, and perhaps even something life-changing. I've heard that in this village one can discover not only the beauty of the land but also the beauty of the heart. Adaobi, now intrigued by Emeka's words, couldn't deny the magnetism he exuded. You speak of grand experiences, Emeka. Can you truly offer all that? Emeka's confident smile never wavered. Adaobi, I don't make promises lightly. I believe in creating opportunities and making dreams come true. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest, and I'd like to show you a world beyond your imagination. His proposition aligned perfectly with Adaobi's aspirations, igniting her dreams further. Chinedu, hearing about Emeka's encounter with Adaobi, felt a deep sense of foreboding. He sought her out, hoping to sway her thoughts. Adaobi, is this what you truly want? Wealth and luxury are fleeting, Chinedu implored, his voice heavy with concern. Chinedu, you can't understand. I want a life filled with elegance and sophistication, something beyond what this village and you can offer. Adaobi replied sharply, her tone reflecting her frustration. Chinedu, pained by her words but undeterred, continued, Adaobi, my love for you is true and enduring. Isn't that worth more than fleeting luxuries? But Adaobi, entranced by the allure of a lavish lifestyle, rebuffed him. Your love cannot dress me in finery or take me on exotic trips. I want more from life, and Emeka can provide that. Chinedu left, his heart heavy with sorrow, yet holding on to a thin hope that Adaobi would see the hollowness behind the glittering facade of materialism. Meanwhile, Adaobi, increasingly captivated by Emeka's promise of a lavish lifestyle, found herself distancing more from her roots and the love that Chinedu offered. Adaobi's journey with Emeka to Lagos was a whirlwind of emotions. The city, with its towering buildings, endless streams of cars, and dazzling lights, was a stark contrast to the serene simplicity of her village. She was captivated by the glamour and pace of Lagos. The city seemed to pulse with energy and promise, and Adaobi felt as though she had stepped into the very dream she had long cherished. Look at this place, Adaobi, Emeka said as they drove through the bustling streets. This is where you belong, amidst the glitz and the glamour. Adaobi's eyes sparkled with excitement. The luxurious apartment Emeka took her to, the fine restaurants, the shopping and upscale boutiques, it was all like a fantasy turned reality. She felt as if she had finally escaped the confines of her village life.